Hey Gemini, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be your June 2023 messages. These are general. These messages will not resonate with all of you. I'm sorry that I skipped over your May general messages. Again, there is a lot going on in my life right now with my career. And again, my focus has been on that, and it will be for a while. But once again, I have not forgotten about you guys. Obviously, it is your birthday season, Gemini. Happy birthday to all of you. And also, if you're listening to this message, I am reading for your sun and your rising sign. I intend for these messages to resonate with that aspect of your chart. However, if you still feel that you should watch this for other placements of Gemini in your chart, if they're elsewhere in your chart, then by all means you are more than welcome to listen to this reading if it still resonates with you, Gemini. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Gemini sun and rising signs. We're going to pull oracle messages first, and then we're going to pull about, I'm being told 4 tarot messages for everyone. I usually pull 3, but they want me to pull 4. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The tarot deck and the oracle decks that I am using will be listed in the description box below for anyone who is interested in knowing which decks I am using. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and jump right into your reading for the month of June 2023. All right, let's see. For Gemini, sun and rising signs, universe, source, angels, gods, goddesses, guardians and protectors, earth spirits and earth guides, please come before us to speak to the sign of Gemini, sun and rising signs. For those born with Gemini in their sun and or rising, for messages of insight, guidance, advice, and encouragement, speak through me clearly to the sign of Gemini, sun and rising signs, for their advice, insight, and encouragement, and guidance for the month of June 2023. Let's see. Gemini, sun and rising signs. Wow, Gemini. You received the Owl of Magic. You receive the element of air here. This is very ancient and powerful wisdom here. It says, choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Gemini, understand in the month of June, if this is advice to you, if there is something that you should know it. Don't be passive. Don't pretend to play coy. When an owl shows up in your life, or when it comes to this owl energy, there's something about you when you step into a situation or you step into a person's life. Usually your presence brings out some things that are in the dark. Some people around you can't help but divulge information to you, whether they really know who you are or not. And it says, choose to know the truth because you can. Which is an interesting way to put that, right? Once again, people may not know you, but then for some reason your energy or the way you converse with people, you may bring out, like, again, there's a mirror here. Because you're considered, I know that people see Gemini as the twin symbol, which makes sense, but it's a reflection. You show a reflection. Gemini season is about reflection. Looking into your own reflection, seeing what is looking back at you. Some people may not like, maybe not even you, may not really like that the truth is being divulged about something or about them or about their relationship or about things that they're doing. But because you're just that type of person, you're just like, I just want to know the truth about this person. What's going on? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like they're bullshitting me, right? Or why do I feel like I'm bullshitting myself? What kind of narrative am I trying to create about this person, place, or thing here? Remember, this is just for the month of June, okay? I'm not saying that this is necessarily happening for your entire life, right? This doesn't have to be about your entire life. It can be, but again, we're talking about the month of June here. You have an inner compass, Gemini. Follow that. If there's something about someone that you can't pinpoint it, but you know it's not right, or you know it's something weird there, believe that. It does not matter whether you find out sooner or later. It doesn't matter. Because it says you can see through deception. So there may be somebody, even if it's as little as somebody who's saying, oh, I'm not bothered, I'm okay, like, that didn't bother me. You may be like, but it did. It may be as little as, you apologizing to somebody and you're just like, look, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was out of pocket, or I didn't think before I said that or before I did that. And the person may be like, oh, it's okay, it didn't even bother me. And it did, though. It did. And this can also be towards you, Gemini. If you're bullshitting yourself or you're trying to bullshit somebody, the universe is like, just stop. You know that that's not true. Why are you even feeding into that? Why are you even entertaining that? Why don't even open your mouth and say that. Don't even do it. Right? Don't even use words to distract yourself. You should just be using words to bring the truth out even further, not to distract from it. So if the words that are coming out of your mouth or the words that are coming out of somebody else's mouth is distracting from the truth, it's not worth your time. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the breath. And again, this can just be for the month of June in a certain situation, or this can just be advice for you moving forward, beginning the month of June as you move forward into your life. So this can be deep. For some of you, this is deeply transformative. This is very transformative. This is very intense energy, and you're never going to be the same after this when you actually embrace this energy. Very interesting. In the bottom of the deck, you have the unicorn. That is what you are. Very sacred. Understand that these abilities that you have to see the truth, to feel the truth, to bring out the truth, that is your superpower, Gemini. Your superpower is to mirror other people, including yourself. And the more acquainted you become with your reflection and you allow yourself to embrace it instead of distract yourself from it, the more powerful you become in your relationships. The more powerful you become in who you attract. On a positive note, but it could also be on a negative note too, depending on the reflection that you're willing to embrace or not willing to embrace. But this is very sacred. And not just for you as an individual, for the Geminis I'm speaking to, like this is just Gemini as a whole, understanding what is the essence of Gemini. Because you may hear a lot of people say, well, Gemini's two-faced, Gemini's this, Gemini's that, and all the negativity that come out from some people. But some of that Gemini could be, now if you're doing shady shit, you're doing shady shit. Just admit it, you know, and get rid of it. But for those of you who may be tired of hearing like, oh, Gemini this, Gemini that, it's probably because those people don't like the mirror that you show them. And you may show them the mirror, not even knowing that you are, and you're just like, you know, oh well, you know, but they may take that very personal, right? This is also a very beautiful time if your birthday lands in the month of June. Okay. I feel like it's a beautiful time for all of you on your birthday, whether it's in May or June. It's okay to stand out, Gemini. To me, if you're not standing out, then you're just doing what everybody else is doing. You're just following suit, and that's just not what you're meant to do. It's time to step up here. Okay. All right, let's keep moving forward. Gemini, sun and rising signs. Some of you guys are actually encouraging people, and maybe just even yourselves, to use their words to speak about what they see. Not just observe, but to also speak. This is what I see, whether it's to their liking or not. Starting the conversation, right? Whether your opinion differs or not. Just kind of starting a conversation, even if that conversation kind of kicks up the heat a little bit and makes people feel a little antsy in their seat, or they may feel like, you know, they want to have a rebuttal. You're still starting that conversation because you're bringing out the truth. You're bringing out some things from people. Your energy is bringing that out of people. And before, when you realize the truth, you first reject it. You're first up. It pisses you off first. It's not, truth is not always like, oh yeah, I embrace that. I see it. I see clearly. Like at first you're just like upset that you're kind of like, you're feeling jaded. You're just like, oh, how is that wrong? You know, like how have I been wrong this whole time? And you kind of start getting, you know, you kind of live in denial for a little bit, but that's how it is with the truth. It's okay to be in denial for a second, but at some point when you see that mirror, Gemini, and that's also going to help you understand your friendships too, your relationships, because it's okay for people to just kind of be like, no, like, I don't want to hear that, Gemini, like, that's bullshit. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. But at some point, like, just give them time. Just let them sit with what you have to say, whatever you have to say, if there's anything you do have to say in the month of June. If this is not just you sitting with yourself and being in denial for a split second, or for a couple of days, or for a week, or whatever, or for a couple of weeks, but if this is another person you're dealing with, you may, if there's some truth that you need to speak and you need to be that mirror to them, or show this person themselves, they're going to be in denial. I don't see that as being a problem. I feel like that is just a natural push. It's just a natural reaction. However, if that person decides like they don't want to talk to you no more, you know, they don't come around after a few months, bye, right? It's just like, I said what I said. And I feel like with you, Gemini, you really don't have a problem with that. Like, if you hurt somebody's feelings, I don't really feel that you would just be like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. You probably, you know, I feel like there are those of you who are listening to this who are just like, I said what I said. You know, I'm sorry, you crying? Well, like, I'm a Leo, okay? So like, I'm a Pisces moon, so I be sensitive, okay? So whenever I say something where I know it's the truth to people, and then immediately, maybe within 48 to 24 hours, I'm just like, dang, like, that was rude, that was mean. But then there's another part of myself that's like, girl, you said what you said. They mad. Oh well, they don't want to talk to you no more. Moving on. There's other people out there that you can be friends with. right? But for you, Gemini, I don't think that you have that problem. But it also depends on what else is in your chart too. So, but still, I don't think you have that. You don't have that big of a problem saying to people like, especially if you're a Gemini rising. I feel like you're just like, I don't care. Yeah, I love you. You're my friend, but I'll still tell you what's up. You don't want to talk to me no more? Okay. Whatever. I got some other things and people to attend to, and there's people who got to attend to me, so you go attend to your feelings, right? That's what I'm feeling for you, Gemini, at this time in June. There's a card that wanted to fly out. Let's pull a card for you guys from this oracle deck for Gemini, Sun and Rising signs, universe, source. What insight and guidance do you have for them for the month of June? Okay. You have the Goddess card at the bottom of the deck so far, card number 24. And then we have the card that flew out just now is Little Luxuries, card number 28. Those two numbers may be significant to you, but it says generates luxurious surroundings and experiences. That's beautiful, Gemini. That is that goddess energy. So for those of you, okay, my feminines out there, okay, you're stepping into this goddess energy. She's embracing you, okay? Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter what your race is, doesn't matter what your culture is, doesn't matter what family you come from, doesn't matter what kind of money you come from or don't come from. Realize that in the month of June, during your birthday season and even during Cancer season, connect with this goddess energy, my feminines, okay? Others of you, if you're a masculine, if you're a male, okay, the men who's listening to this, there's still a goddess here, because we all have masculine and feminine energy spiritually within us, metaphysically, right? Doesn't matter if you're male or female, we all have spiritually, the divine masculine and divine feminine are still here to help us. And the divine feminine, the goddess, is here to help you understand, Gemini, whether you're male or female, that you need to care for yourself. How do you do that? The goddess is not just about, oh, here's luxury, here's this, here's no. The goddess is here to show you yourself first, at your bare essence. When you embrace that and you realize that who you are inside, your soul, your vibration, right? Your frequency as a soul is all that you need. Everything else will fall into place. When you realize that, you know what? I don't like what this person is doing. Let me say something to them. You're taking care of yourself. Don't let it fester inside of you, Gemini. But once again, I don't feel like you have that issue. But if you are, get in touch with this goddess energy, because goddess energy, she don't care. God or goddess energy, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about other people's feelings. If you're treating me like trash, you're bringing trash to my doorstep. I'm not cleaning that up. Take your trash and go do something else with your trash. Don't litter in my temple. You know what I mean? You got people littering in the temple here. Not gonna fly, Gemini. Whoever this goddess is, or this feminine energy in your life, this actually may be a person, who is like a goddess to you in your life. And they're teaching you something, whether they intend to teach you something or not, whether it's intentional or not. And the card does say healing feminine energy. So whether you're male or female, learning how to love yourself, facing yourself, not feeling detested by what you see, but realizing, oh, that's me. Okay. Here are some things that need some healing, some tender loving care. Let me focus on that in the month of June. Right? This is not about beating yourself up, Gemini. This is not about looking at yourself and being like, dang, like, I should have did this, I should have did that. Why did I do this? Why did I say that? I look stupid, I look dumb, I look like an idiot. No, that's not the vernacular and vocabulary you should be using. That's not the energy you should be bringing into your temple here. And if anybody does want to bring that into your temple and they're just like, well, Gemini, you did this, you did that, you know, hold yourself accountable. Be like, yes, I did do that. I apologize for that. But like, we're not about to come here and abuse. We're not here to be abusive. Okay, if you're the one being abusive, Gemini, cut it out. That's not going to help. It will not help. I don't care. From what these cards are showing me, it will not help. So nip that in the bud real quick. But if it's somebody else who's bringing abuse to your doorstep and they want you to feel the way they're feeling, and you know everything that they got to say is just emotional, and they just want to hear you, they want you to hear them cry, and they want you to feel sorry for them. It's like, no, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I apologize for what I did. I held myself accountable. But if it's something that you didn't do, you didn't hurt anybody, you were just speaking the truth, that's on them, right? And that's not on you. And it's easier said than done, depending on what else is in your chart, okay? So I'm not saying like all of you just have no problem with this. There's some of you might have a problem with that. Especially when it's a mirror to yourself. You know, you may feel emotional. You may feel like, that's not mine. You know, I'm better than that. You know, I don't do that. It's like, but you do. Just own up to it. Okay, it takes a brave and strong person to just be like, yeah, I did that. That was ugly. You know, that was trash. I'm sorry, but you know, moving on, healing myself. You know, I'm apologize. I'm gonna fix what I did, or I'm gonna change my ways for the long term and learn from it and humble myself. Right? Don't think that you're too good for change, Gemini. Because just because you are our own superpowers, as those of us who are born under a certain zodiac, our superpowers is not just to change the world, it's to change us as well, to improve us too. We have to use those powers to heal ourselves as well, right? So let's go ahead, keep going, you guys. Let's pull one more card from the Oracle decks here, and then we're going to jump into the Tarot, Gemini. Gemini, Sun and Rising signs for June 2023. These videos might be a little bit longer this time. We'll see. Again, I just follow what my spirit guides tell me to do. Okay? So, just letting y'all know. Okay. You have the Green Witch, Fresh Spring. So yes, we are in spring. Still with your energy, Gemini. Bottom of the deck, we have Salu, card number 27. And it's vitality, health, and energy. Before summer hits, Gemini, learn this lesson. Embrace this. I'm not trying to give you a timeline or anything, but you might feel more motivated to grasp this message. You might come to an understanding of what I'm saying, for those of you who resonate with my energy and my channel. You may have more of an understanding of what I'm saying while the spring is still here, while you're still preparing for the summertime, before your brain is ready to be more active. Okay? It is a good time to focus on your energy and to heal. Again, this vitality, health, and energy, like that love of self, love of the body, you know, that luxurious energy. And it says little luxuries, right? Making yourself your favorite beverage, making yourself a nice meal, sitting down with your friends, enjoying a meal with them, having nice conversations, watching your favorite show or your favorite movie, right? Listening to an audiobook or reading your favorite book, catching up on a book, going for a walk, going and sitting in front of a bonfire, walking on the beach or in the forest or within your neighborhood to your favorite park, playing with your pets and your animal family, playing with your children, spending time with your children, your significant other, taking them out or them taking you out, whatever, taking yourself out. It doesn't have to be anything grand. While springtime is here, take care of yourself. And that does include putting people in their place and putting a barrier up against people and how they feel. I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about how your loved ones feel, but when it comes to the ego and people are like trying to make you feel bad because they feel bad, that's ego right there. Anybody got time for that? You don't have time. Right? Like, it's okay, you know, like, again, I'm an empath, like I get it, but like sometimes people be bringing the ego to the door, masking it as, oh, it's my feelings. And it's like, girl or boy, whatever. Yeah, okay, I get that you got feelings, but relax. Let's talk about it. You know, quit crying, wipe your tears away, and let's actually sit down and have a meaningful conversation. Stop. We're not going to sit here and cry to each other. Talk about it. Let's talk about it and move on so we can heal, you know? You don't have time to have crybabies at your doorstep. If somebody is coming to you crying, they better be willing to just say, hey, wipe their tears away and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's improve. I'm feeling this way, but let me like get some clarity from you, Gemini. Or maybe this is you bringing clarity to somebody else about how you feel. I don't know. It depends. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay? I don't take it personal if y'all don't agree with what I'm saying right off the bat or at all. Okay? That's up to y'all. Anyway, let's pull the tarot, you guys. Let's see what the tarot is talking about for Gemini, Sun and Rising signs, guardians and protectors, spirit guides. Let's see, move these cards over. Sorry, y'all. We got this train. We got some train tracks right down the road, so it'd be loud sometimes. For Gemini, Sun and Rising signs for June 2023. Insight, guidance, and advice for my beautiful Geminis. Sun and Rising signs. Let's see, 4 cards from the top of the deck. You got the King of Wands. You got the Knight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is either you or someone else is really wanting to get snappy, get snippy, speed things up, but then there is some type of energy that's just like pull back a little bit. Or I also see the Knight of Pentacles as, because this says Lord of the wild and fertile land. Y'all just may need to go out for a walk, Gemini. Somebody can't sit still. If that's the case, you know, that's okay, Gemini. You may, if you can't sit still or you don't, if this is advice, this is not the time to be sitting at home. This is a time to go out. This is a time to go out into nature. If you want to go out with friends, you know, my suggestion for those of you who resonate with this is for you to plan something where you and your friends can go out to eat, where it's very natural. It's nature based, right? Go to a park, set up a bench, have a picnic, right? If you have a nice backyard, or a friend or someone or a family member has a nice backyard, go to their house and everybody just, you know, bring food, make food, whatever, order food, and you guys just sit outside, okay? Go for a hike. Some of you guys I see is going to a petting zoo, going horseback riding, all right? I do see that, Gemini. You have the 9 of Wands. So that's Leo energy. So we have Taurus, we have Sagittarius, we have Leo. There's Sagittarius and Leo here. And then we have the 2 of Cups. So yeah, spending time with those you love dearest. But again, we see the 2 of Cups as, I mean, it is more Pisces Cancer energy. This is Cancer. But I also kind of see this as having some Gemini energy here too, you know. Looking into the mirror at what you know, and seeing love there. But looking at those that you love, and I just see the need to be truthful, bringing out the truth in a situation, because that is love. Not hiding the truth for your own personal gain or for someone else's personal gain. This is literally you coming out and showing yourself, maybe, you know, coming out of hiding, maybe there's something going on in your life, I don't know, but however this resonates with you, take it, whatever doesn't, leave it. But I'm just seeing here that there is the need, if you can't sit still, right, I don't see this as a time to go party. It's like this is spending time with those that matter to you, and they show that you matter to them. This is healthy partnership. This is healthy love. I also see this as home energy. So if people can come over to your house more, all right, and spend more time with you that way, or you go to someone else's home. If this is a romantic partnership for you, Gemini, for those of you who are single, there is a fire sign here, or a Taurus, a Leo, a Sagittarius, or a Taurus here, who you share, because we all have multiple soulmates. So I don't want to say that this is a soulmate. It could be one of your soulmates that you actually end up having a romantic partnership with, but this does not have to necessarily be romantic. This can be platonic or with family. This is just true love here, unconditional true love. Everybody's cup is filled. Everybody is having great conversations, right? This is building on a firm foundation with these people. This is really, really important, Gemini, sun and rising signs, that you cultivate very powerful and strong partnerships. With the 9 of Wands here, this is an energy of, because I also see Scorpio here, but this is an energy of not giving up. So these are people in your life who are not so quick to give up on a relationship with you, or give up on you because you say things that they don't like, or because you guys have differences in opinion. These are people in your life who are like, I'm here to stay. I don't care how different we are. I don't care how much difference of opinion we have on certain topics. We still love each other. You need to spend time around people like that, Gemini, because when you're spending time around folks who you have to like what I like, you have to believe in what I believe in, you have to take my opinion seriously. It's just like, dude, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? In order for your health to improve mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, you need to spend time around people. Whenever you have time, spend time around people who are willing to cultivate and nurture who you are at this time as you grow into something better, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So when it comes to your money, take your time, Gemini. It's not the time to just be spending money, okay? If you're feeling antsy, or you're feeling like, like the King of Wands, like you can't sit down, you're always wanting to go buy things, maybe just be more wise with your money and just decide, you know what? I'm not going to spend money on that right now. I'm not going to go buy a bunch of food or buy a bunch of clothes, Maybe I'll just go give away some clothes, that I don't need. Give it to a friend, or maybe instead of going out and buying a bunch of shit, I'm just going to go to my friend's house and talk, if there's anything on your heart or your mind, whatever it is that you do with your money out of emotion, Gemini. Go to a friend's house, go to a family member's house, or call somebody on the phone, or have somebody come over, because it's going to ground you. All right, let's clarify these cards and then we'll be done with your reading, Gemini, sun and rising signs for June 2023. Clarify these cards, guardians and protectors, spirit guides, for Gemini, sun and rising signs. Yep, you got the Tower. There's a Tower moment. There's a huge change. There's transformation. That's that owl energy there. Okay. Blasted Tower. So this means that there's a Tower moment that's happening with you, Gemini, especially if you have Sagittarius or Leo in your chart, where there's a Sagittarius and a Leo. Something's going to happen between you two. Something's going to click, and it's going to be like, dang, and it's going to be big. Others of you, there is a tower that needs to fall. There may be a disagreement with a fire sign or with an earth sign, with where it may blow up a little bit. There might be a bit of a breakup, or some controversy or an argument that kind of breaks out. But it needs to happen. It has to happen, because if it doesn't, and this is also, if this is not an argument, there's some truth that needs to come out. Something's going to come out, but it has to. It has to. Right? Then we have the High Priestess. That's Pisces energy. Some of you guys are dealing with a Pisces, or you're dealing with someone who has a lot of earth in their chart, but they're very intuitive. They're very empathic. Or this can be you. Or you may be dealing with a water sign who is very grounded. Okay? This is somebody who is also Aquarius energy for some of you. But Gemini, Sun and Rising signs, this is somebody you're dealing with, or there's somebody in your midst that you need to talk to who's going to bring you down to earth, who's going to bring you, you know, root you and help you understand, okay, just let's use our brains differently. Let's communicate differently here. And this could be a Leo or a Sagittarius. This could be a Taurus. This could be a Pisces. Or maybe somebody with all that in their chart. We have Cancer here. Here we go with Cancer again. The Chariot. So you're fine. These relationships, this is about commitment. So the only relationships that you should be committing to, or the relationships that will commit to you, Gemini, are the ones that are the most truthful. Doesn't matter if you argue, doesn't matter, okay? Gemini. Some of you guys have Sagittarius or Leo in your chart big time, okay? And you may fly off the handle, you may find something out, or, you know, there may be a misunderstanding where an argument may ensue, but the light has to be shown on this. But it's going to improve. It's going to be fine. I don't see this as being a breakup. This is very strong love here, but there is some type of an argument that needs to happen so that it can click with somebody and understand how serious this is, or understand how important this is. Yeah, Five of Cups, because somebody's been stuck in the past about something emotionally. Okay, so look at these emotional, like the Two of Cups getting clarified by the Five of Cups. Come on, y'all. Somebody's in their feelings. Somebody is just like disappointed. They may not even be saying nothing, and even if they are, they're just being crybabies right now. But this is where the argument may ensue, where somebody just ends up waking up. This is Scorpio energy here. There's a Scorpio here for some of you. Cancer, these are the signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, bottom of the deck we have, also Aquarius. We have the Star card. Okay, so this is improvement, this is enlightenment, this is a Tower moment. Okay, whether it's happening inside of you, or this is an argument or something that ends up being found out, or somebody divulging some information and telling you the truth about how they feel. Okay, this can be a past relationship where someone finally opens up about how they truly feel. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them, and it's going to finally come back together. I do feel like you're dealing with something or someone from the past, Gemini, Sun and Rising signs, but this is renewal. This is healing. This is going to heal you and these other people involved, or just this other person that's involved. Okay, sorry guys, my stomach was it just rumbled just now. Anyway, Gemini, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the little luxuries in your life. Look into the mirror. See yourself for who you are. Accept that. Improve it. Improve your relationships. And sometimes that means showing people of themselves and telling the truth to people about their actions towards you or towards other areas in their life. This can be a friend, a family member, or a significant other. Okay? Much love and light to all of you, Gemini, Sun and Rising signs. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Gemini.